right, third grade, so we're gonna make our own fall leaf style composition. So you've got the paper that has all the different types of leaves that you can do. You are free to pick any one, but whatever leaf you pick, that's the one you're sticking with. I'm gonna go ahead and do this European white birch. That's gonna be my leaf that I pick, and I'm gonna make sure that I've got all three rules of a good composition, that I've got some that are big, some that are small, some that are going this way and that, different directions, and some are going to go off the edge of the paper. So when I start to draw these, my personal preference is I always draw the inside of the leaf first, and then I come around and do the outside, because the inside of the leaf actually looks like a little mini tree with no leaves on it. So I'm just going to start, I'm going to kind of go, I don't want to start with one straight up and down, I kind of want to go off to the side, I think. I'm going to start by putting my line. I can add the insides. And now I'm going to go ahead and add that outside. So, and oh, I've already gone off the edge of my paper, which is great. All right, so I've got a leaf, and now I'm going to kind of keep filling in the different areas. So maybe this one will go in this direction, and maybe it will be a little bit smaller so that I make sure that I'm meeting a variety of sizes. And if it's easier for you to turn your paper so that you can draw it upright like it is in the picture, do that. You can turn your whole paper so that you're able to do that. All right. Maybe I'll do one coming down here. I think I'm going to do a big one. Really big one. So remember, I know some of these leaves look really complicated. They're really all just lines and shapes kind of put together there. And I don't have to make sure that every single bump that's on the paper is on my leaf. I can, you know, kind of fudge it a little and it still looks like a leaf. So you want to just keep going. Oops, see, I've kind of changed up how I did it. That's okay. Sometimes artists get bored and they gotta try something new. So a good composition always takes up the space on the paper. Okay, so we don't want to leave any like huge holes or gaps. So I don't really have anything going on up here, so I think I'm going to add one more to kind of finish it off. This one will go off the edge of the page. This one way goes off the edge of the page, and that's great. Okay, so now I've kind of got a composition I like. Now, if I wanted to be a little extra, I could go in and add a few more small ones to kind of fill in some of the gaps I've got here. And when I do that, I add my little smaller leaves. It kind of creates space in my artwork, so it looks like these leaves are really close to me and these ones are really far away from me. So I'll just add a few smaller ones, and it does just add more variety into my artwork. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop for today. Now I'm not finished with this. Next week we're going to talk all about pattern, and we're going to do some fun Zentangle patterns inside of our leaves. But for today, here's where I'm going to stop. Now I drew in a black Sharpie so that you could see me really well on the camera. You are going to start with pencil so that you have the ability to erase if needed, and then you will go over it in a black Sharpie. So you will have something like this with whatever leaf you have chosen when we're done.